Hey there, this is not a video I intended to make tonight, and let me explain. What you're looking at is the panel, the view panel or dashboard, not sure what you call it, of a treadmill, TRUE Z9.1 S.O.F.T system treadmill that I bought about 6 or 7 years ago. And I'll continue the story after we get started. First of all, this 150 is just the default, and that's your weight. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to adjust that to my current weight. This makes me very happy. The last time I used this, the number I punched in would have been like 265. This morning I weighed 192. And, well, that felt good to do that. And let's press start. And it starts at right there 0.5, half mile an hour. You wouldn't want it to start at like jogging speed or even fast walking speed, or it would just rip your legs out from under you if you weren't ready to go like the road runner. So you start slow, and it's kind of uncomfortable to walk this slow. So let me go ahead now on speed. I'm gonna pick up the speed to about 2 miles an hour. And to tell you the truth, when I bought this, 2 miles an hour was not comfortable for me when I first bought it. This is before my surgery and before I made true lifestyle changes, which I only did this year in 2024. Going back to the story, I thought, okay, I'll start walking and I'll get a treadmill. And I worked a lot. I traveled a lot for work to multiple states to do the work that I did. And often I worked from home, from that desk right over there. So I was very sedentary. And that started like in 2006. That I went from being a field person where I was out physically walking pipelines, doing manual labor in compressor stations and in plants, and just out in the field where it was a lot more physical activity, to pretty much a desk job. It was either driving a vehicle or sitting at a desk in meetings. Anyway, we had a challenge at work, actually instigated by the sock monkey. If you watch my channel, you might know him. And he wanted to lose some weight, and some others of us had expressed the desire to get in better shape. So we all put in, I think it was 20 bucks, and did a weight loss challenge. And that's the first time that I did a low carb diet. But this challenge was only 6 weeks. I came in second place, and the sock monkey won by like 0.2 or 0.3 pounds or something. And he was a scorekeeper, which always seemed a little sketchy to me. I'm just kidding, dude. Anyway, along about that time, I started looking for a treadmill. Did a little research, found out you do not want to buy one of those $200, $300, $400 treadmills from Amazon. They're cheap and flimsy and fall apart, and it's just not a good thing. So I was willing to spend a little more, and I started looking around. Of course, eBay is not where you want to buy a heavy-duty treadmill. This treadmill that I'm on, it weighs 400 pounds. I wouldn't want to pay the shipping from any distance away from me. So I found this treadmill on Varage Sale. It was in Giddings, which is near where I worked, and only about 30 minutes from my home. I was not physically able to haul it to my house. I paid my neighbor, who was a very physically fit young man at the time, or a lot younger than me and a lot more physically fit. And he charged me 100 bucks to go get it and bring it and put it here in my living room slash man cave slash my room, whatever. And I started walking. At first, I could walk. If I did a quarter mile, my legs turned into like two 2x4s. My muscles were so spasmed, and I could barely make it over to that desk and sit down and rest for a while, and I'd come back and walk some more. It was helpful. But I did not change my diet. I still ate cookies and ice cream and cake, and other than that 6-week period, I did not keep my carbs down. And I started that 6-week weight loss thing at 247. I think I got down to in the 200 and teens, and as soon as it was done, I went back to eating the same way I had before, probably worse, because I rocketed way past 247 up into the 260s. I may have weighed 270 pounds at one time. So why am I doing this? This treadmill hasn't been used in at least 2 years, and all this crap piled up here was piled up onto this treadmill, and I've only taken it off because I happened to mention when I made a video yesterday at 23 Fitness, Ken, when I told him about my treadmill, not sure how it came up in conversation, and that's kind of the business he's in. He said he might be interested in it. So I started out, I got all the stuff off of there, and I thought, well, I'll show him what it is. And now that I've kind of refamiliarized myself with it, and after recent events, being earlier this week, we had 3 really cool days with a lot of rain, and I didn't get my steps in. My Fitbit was pretty mad. And now I'm thinking, maybe I need to keep this. I like walking downtown Brenham and in the parks, and I walk around my neighborhood. Started out walking around my neighborhood. I've talked about that. I could first walk to the end of the street, and then to the end of the street a couple of times, and then around the block. Recently I walked a mile for the first time in I think 18 years. But, and I'll be sitting at my computer at night when it's cold. I could get up and walk a quarter mile or a half mile, whereas I would not walk at all without this treadmill. I may need to put this puppy back in service. This thing may be able to help me a lot. So I say I did intend to make a video, but not for YouTube. I was gonna make a video for Ken's benefit. This is where this started, just so he could see what I had. And tomorrow I'm gonna do a video downtown Brenham at a business a couple of blocks from Ken's shop, and I'll put this on a thumbnail, and I'll swing by and give it to him, and he can tell me what he thinks about my True Fitness treadmill. And I'm still gonna do that, but I'm gonna tell him, hey, I posted the video to YouTube because I got on it and I wanted to tell a little bit of a story and talk about how you can make your life better one step at a time if you set goals and stick to them. And the point being, 6 years ago, 7 years, whenever it was, I knew what I needed to do, and I kind of made an attempt to do it, but not really. I hate to use the term, but I half-assed it. I bought a treadmill and I walked on it a little bit, but I still smoked, and I ate horrible foods, and I was not committed to it. When 2024, I decided to change that. I actually quit smoking January the 18th, 2021, I think. I don't remember, it's been so long. In January of 21 or 22. I think this coming January, I hadn't thought about that. This is going to be I'm coming up on 3 years without a cigarette. I'm proud of that. And anyway, I get sidetracked. So this is what's happening here. Calories, it thinks I've burned 44. That's why it wants your weight. And I don't know where that target of burning 163 calories comes from. I think that's just arbitrary, what it sets. 904, 905, that's the minutes and seconds that I've been walking since I started. It has a grade, which I've never used before. Let's see if that works. I'm going to increase my angle. Okay, it looks like it goes in 1/2 degree increments. I don't know how high it goes. How steep does it go? Let's find out. Okay, it looks like it goes up to 12-degree incline. I gotta tell you, that doesn't sound like much, but immediately I feel it. That is a lot more work on my legs. That's pretty cool. But okay, I wonder, does it go downhill? Wow, that walking up an incline is a game changer. Okay, we're back to level. I'm gonna let it, it's still adjusting. I'm gonna let it stop. Okay, we're back to level. Let's push the down button. How steep downhill do we go? Okay, 3 degrees. That's not much, but I can feel it. It's like I'm sort of falling forward. So my pace, I guess that means 30. Does that mean to walk a mile would take 30 minutes? Yeah, I think that's what that means. Anyway, I'm going to go back to level. Here's the distance, 0.35 miles. So this is like a track, like at a high school or a college or a track. Each lap is a 1/4 mile. So after lap 1, I had completed 0.25. But this thing is definitely heavy duty enough that it would let you jog. And you know what? I could jog for a little bit. Get to the speed that I feel like I need to jog. Okay. 4 miles an hour, you can't walk anymore, you gotta jog. Okay. Maybe someday. That day's not today. I'm good with walking at 2. Let's go 2.2. That's good. And I like round numbers. I don't know, it's an OCD, or as they say, CDO, so it's in alphabetical order. But I can't stop at 0.41 or 0.42. I want to go to a 1/2 mile, but this video is getting a little long. Anyway, oh, one more thing. I always do that. One more thing. I have these 5-pound weights I used to use. Haven't picked them up in a couple of years. The idea was to lift them in different ways while I was walking, to work my arms too. You can do curls, just like you're standing on flat ground, not on a treadmill. You can do all kind of different things with 5-pound weights. These cubby holes weren't made for those. I guess they were made for drinks or I don't know what. These are not buttons. They're like a scale about distances and heart rates and calories. I'm not sure what. I don't have really great lighting in here or good eyes because I'm an old dude. Express key. Apparently there are express keys on here. I don't know what all this stuff is about. I just wanted to walk on it. I didn't do that much research and learn, but I will go to an even 0.50 and that's where I'm going to stop. So originally this was just for Ken, out of his interest in maybe wanting to buy this from me, but now really doubtful that I want to sell it. I think this could be very useful to me in my pursuits. And to be honest, that machine that he showed me, it's in the center of his shop, if I cleaned out some crap from this room, it would fit. I don't know. That's a big investment and it would take a lot of commitment. Hey, this video will end at 0.50. I love you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate anybody that watches my videos. Have a good night. Oh no. I emptied it too soon. Did it keep my count? It did keep my count. So I was trying to do it perfect, right? And in the video, oh, there's 0.5. Yep, bye. See you next time. Don't want it to go to 0.51, I'll have to keep going.